about generosity. Are men too generous? You can play around with that as much as you can. Hashtag KFCB bands adverts. Just do what you gotta do. However,
I have no idea.
From within, I'm bipolar.
From without.
So what you gotta do is introduce the panel first. So we'll have Joy Muthengi. Welcome. I almost said congratulations. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here again. I just keep getting
Thank guys at home, your mom. Yeah.
Thank you, Mom.
For making me who I am.
Yeah.
Gotta thank God first. Thank God, thank
Amen.
God.
Hallelujah. And then I would like to say, as I introduce myself, dear bloggers who are watching and have enjoyed this segment, Willis also says some very controversial things. You guys just don't listen. Listen up today. I'm waiting for a headline.
Una ball.
Just listen up today. And Roy Karahizi as well. Karibu sana.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with what is the stance. Of course, we were reading an article the other day so that we're not angered by the...
This is not from within, it's
yes,
from without.
From without, so that we don't get a story. The blogger, one Cyprian Nyakundi, akasema kwamba he thinks men are too generous and in terms of what they expect. Case in point, Friday, guys are going to the club, children go to sleep, guys are going to the club, and there's this dude, he says, yo, these chicks come in a group of 3 or 4, this guy is out here buying drinks or beverages, let's say, and then at the end of the night, ikifika 3, 4, and expect you're in the club because
no.
Even take the club to the house. So his argument is, instead of spending 5, 10, 15, 20,000, 100, 250,000, donate the money to charity, and you'll solve the problem of moral
and you'll
decadence.
be single for the rest of your life.
And you'll be single, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think we've already jumped the gun by saying that the guy enters the club and starts spending already. No, it's what is expected from him. You see, I think that's where the problem is and what has changed quite a bit.
I can't just go and enjoy a drink.
No, this time,
you can if you want to stay single.
Stay single, yes. I think we're having a fight with Joy before. I know she's just chucked all the scars. But the reality is, these days, the expectation is quite high. And the problem is, I think the expectation is immediate. There are so many things that come with it. It's a whole shopping basket in Zima. By the time the guy is meeting the chick and probably having a date with her for the first time, the expectations of the number of things that she thinks you should be doing already has increased. You know, from the airtime to phones and all. Those are things that used to actually develop with time.
Why do you think that is?
No, I'm saying they used to develop with time. Now she's even coming with her disciples. I mean, all of her 4, 5, 7, 8, 12 disciples, and of course, the sister who is,
I just think
she's not physically endowed. Right? Who is always the one who's now going to say, I'm going to change my mind. There's something I don't like about him. At the end of the night, not at the beginning of the night, he doesn't have, it's his religion maybe, or something of the sort. All of a sudden she has issues with him. So basically I'm saying the demands are very high and they come early in relationships. That's where the issue is.
But again, my question is, why do you think that is? Why do you think that has sort of changed? I think because, you know, competition is real on these streets. If guys are offering more and more, and you get into the same, situation with this person, you have to compete.
You see, that's my problem. Why has it become a competition and not weighing something for what it is? And I think why people are not weighing you for what you are is because originally what would happen is you would have someone meet someone first. And the first meets are purely on judging character. Judging the character. But these days, they are judging, as she said, it's a competition. They're judging, can you keep up with me?
Because, no, I think it's also in terms of like conquest-wise. Like, it's a conquest now. Yes. You're not trying to invest in, I want to be with this girl for the next 5 years. You're just thinking, she probably has 5 other guys hollering. Let me be quick with it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then after
because you know why they're doing that?
Formation team.
The guys are doing that because there's no guarantee. Because they know, let's be honest, none is coming.
I mean, life has no guarantees, right?
No, but there's no guarantee in life, yes? But there are something called opportunities to develop and build. You know, I know there's a lot of destruction going down, but now you can also build things. I know we might be living in the era of demolition. But there's also construction.
Devolution and demolition.
Yeah, you can also construct relationships. You don't. It's not always about kubomoa. Everything's kubomoa.
Sometimes in the
right?
literal sense.
And I'm saying the whole essence is both parties, I'm not blaming the ladies, are entering with, now what can I get out, and we're done.
Yeah.
So because of that, what ends up happening is there's a whole list of building material she brings for building the relationship that's going to last for 2 days, which comes with airtime, with what, I'll need to do my hair, that is already early. Remember, this used to come with time, because I expect, honestly, at a certain point in a relationship, right, you're going to be doing those things naturally, right? I think you should. If you're actually proud of the person you're with, then you should be doing those things without being asked. You just naturally should assume your responsibility in that. But the challenge that I think is coming out in this article in a very hard-cut way is the fact that the investment is coming immediate, hard, and fast.
My question is this then. So is it that, like Joey says, is it happening because that's the expectation, there's competition, but because men are also enabling? Is that way men
are very much enabling, and I just feel like if you flip the tables and it was like women being generous very quickly, I mean, just it's like human nature to not say no to gifts. Like if you just handed something, like you woke up today, Willis, and you knew this is how much money I have in the bank, and then somebody comes in and says, Willis, you know what? I like your face. Here you go. Here's 50K.
Yo, anybody like my face?
You didn't ask for it,
like
but
my
it
face.
came. Now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
This is 100K though.
That face is for mother. Just leave it.
But like that's my point. We're not gonna start saying no to gifts if they're coming in.
But you see, we're not saying no. We're talking about expectations.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The gift comes with an expectation. Return on investment.
Your birthday can't be. Your birthday cannot be every 3 days, right? You can't have a seasonal birthday. Birthday 3.5, birthday 2A. It's not a constitution. It doesn't have segments, right? So I'm not talking about where something is offered to you. That's okay. Someone has come and duly offered.
So you're saying
but there's some things of complicity where they're actually expectations, right? As we're talking about is this one, we know they come in within the first 2 weeks, they're expecting tithe being paid. You start chopping tithe now consistently because it's expected. Right? And as you're saying, because of competition now, it's become a point where if it doesn't happen,
you're like,
it's not that the gift didn't come, it's a failure in the relationship.
And now that becomes a problem now.
It becomes a problem.
Then
what, a few months down the road, when she starts being treated in a certain way, she's going to have an issue with it. And that, the way you're treated, actually becomes by the way you handle what you're calling gifts. Me, I'm calling them tithe. Because
tithe, the sacred nature of
let's keep that.
I'm saying
call it investment.
Why I'm saying it's being treated with the seriousness of tithe that is expected to be done.
Lazima equal to 10%.
Yes, 10%. Okay, let's call it VAT.
There you go. Now,
however, but Roy, you have a very good point there, and I think women should be very careful because the relationships that I've seen that start off that way, that it's like you're just being paid for, like you're being given money, like this person is like, being bought basically, you know, in installments.
You will never have a good relationship.
You won't have a good relationship because this person has done that before, number one. Yes. Maybe you're still doing it, you know, with a couple other people. And to them, it's like, I'm giving you this much, this is what I expect in return. Now you've become property. Now it's like you have to be available for this person. You have to meet their demands. And then how do you say no when somebody is...
I'll give you a perfect example of...
And the worst part is, it's not to interrupt you, but just actually to interrupt you. You become a creature of habit. As a lady now, once you start doing that, not only are you never going to have a great relationship, now what ends up happening is you're going to get frustrated because now your relationships are built on balancing out all sorts of things you get from different people.
Yep.
You will never have a relationship because there's nothing genuine about what you're doing. And I'm telling you, 10 years down the road, you know how those things end up. I'm not pointing at you out of experience. I point at him. You know how those things end up?
It's okay.
Yeah?
I've heard.
What ends up, you've heard from a very close friend, that you end up being a lady now with 0 relationships and blaming men for not being genuine and being dogs. But what you invested in is simu, kuna hizi vitu. For you, it's just you're balancing books. You're an accountant.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You don't have a relationship.
And that thing, and you know, sometimes you can always kind of tell such a thing because the way, like I always say, men think in a straight line, right? So, for example, if I have bought this phone and I bought it, so I expect it to give me a service. And I expect nikidunga charger,
Oh, my Lord, help us.
Inafanya kazi.
Let's have 6 seconds of silence.
And inai-charge, na simu inajaa. Okay? Then after that, but bado after kucharge, na expect to receive phone call, nini. But the day that simu imenichosha, or like for example, sasa now, since it is a product that was recently announced, there's a newer version of the phone.
You better come on,
so
Jesus.
when I want now, when a newer version comes out, I go for the newer version. Because I can pay for this one, I can pay for the newer version.
And your old phone cannot look at your other new phone and say, You're not the issue. The phone is the issue.
Yeah.
Because the phone has actually committed itself. Remember, how does the phone come into your life? It comes boasting about the services it will give you.
There you go.
Right? And then after that, then the phone should not expect not to be judged of those services. And what's going to happen is it's going to get worn out. It's going to run out of minutes.
Or a new one will come.
Then it expects to be a new charger, new what. I know we're going into all sorts of other words, but I think we know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Well,
reinvestment. In the end, let me tell you, the loser in all this is actually, in the end, is the ladies.
it's true.
It is the ladies who are going to lose out of that.
Yeah.
Because when I'm not saying that, I don't think the right way to place it is to say that men are generous. A lot is expected out of them, and we're saying reduce your demands and expectations, right? And one, you'll rarely be heavily disappointed. 2, you might build something that has more value.
Yeah.
Because you start realizing other things.
And I think
but if it's all about, was the airtime sent on time? Pesa za nywele zilituma?
Another
If
thing
these are the things you're discussing.
that women need to understand is that from the first gift you receive, you've set your price. Like this guy has known, you're going to be so thankful for airtime. He doesn't even need to take you on a holiday.
No, the gifts actually change. I think they grow.
No. I think the price is set. No. I think guys weigh you and they say, "Uy, I may accept 10K." Tutacheza tu hapo. Why should I spend 100,000 when she has accepted this and been so happy?
It's harder to change the price, but there's also
Did you see that change the
price? I mean, but then due to inflation,
yes, of the VAT,
of the relationship, the prices might start going up later on. Because now the demands are more, or the expectations are more, or maybe the relationship comes more. So the demands change. And that's exactly what the point is. You have now reduced it to a soko.
You need soko.
Now what is a soko? There's no relationship. There's no...
Soccer.
Oh, goodness.
Soccer.
You translate your entire life into a song.
I'm sorry.
This guy's song should be Amazing Grace.
We get carried away. I wonder if people actually know what a proper healthy relationship looks like anymore, where it's not that you're looking for what you can get.
Yes, what you can
but
give.
what can you give in a relationship?
But be honest, you think guys are not generous enough?
Me?
Generally, right now, yes.
No, I think guys are generous.
Has there been an improvement?
No. I think guys are. I think it depends on the guy. I know some very stingy men, and that's okay.
So you have expectations when you go in from day one?
No, I don't. I have expectations of myself. I have expectations of what am I providing to this relationship. I have expectations.
Like you'll bring a charger?
I'll bring extras. And also, I need to be able to walk away from a situation. Like I need to know that when I'm walking away, I'm not giving you back a title deed. I'm not giving you back a car. Like I worked hard for this.
Just a spell you.
Just a spell. Nothing. I need to know I can walk free if I decide to exit.
Yeah, but you see that walking free is also dependent on what the agreement was for the material you took when you brought the charger.
Sometimes there's no agreement, ni silent. Utakuwa unaendesha gari kidogo, unatoka kwa parking, iko wapi nani? Oh, walikujia. Wali ni kina nani?
No, then let's not say guys actually generous to some extent. The stakes have changed, as you have said.
Yeah.
Company Wasafi, you're saying that that's the right way it should be.
That's how it's happening on the streets.
Yeah, but you're not for it.
No, I'm not for it.
Yeah,
not
because it's a losing game.
But you know what? I was actually shocked the first time I sat with a girl who told me her process. And that's what she does in life. As in her, she doesn't pay for anything. Like, she'll get free anything she wants. Just targets different guys. Knows this guy can give me this much, this guy can give me this guy, I can get this from this person.
Well,
and she just has them as an array.
I told you they're all accountants now. They're sitting there balancing books.
Guys, I've gone to school.
They're balancing books. Saying, okay,
withholding certificate.
Then even the guys, they don't know that they've got barcodes and all sorts of numbers, serial numbers. They don't even have names. You're A147B. They're doing A147B.
But I guess the reality of the thing is that...
she even can make calls to the guy to say that, wait, you're in arrears of...
what people need to understand is the reality of the thing is this, is that, and this is the part that the person you're talking to or anybody, any lady doesn't understand, is that you're not the only one. Especially if you can be bought. There are other products in the market.
Yeah, exactly.
There are so many products in the market.
There are many other products in the market.
Oof,
and then the problem is because the way it's supposed to be the way both men and women are set up, but mostly women are set up, is that they'll always expect an emotional attachment at some point.
Come.
But the problem is once you're set on that behavior,
you can't then.
You're killing emotion.
Yeah.
You see, you're creating contract and killing emotion. That's why I'm saying you will not have a viable relationship.
Like even creating contract.
Yeah.
And killing emotion. Yeah.
You're creating contracts and killing emotions.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is going forward, you're not going to have viable relationships. Because you don't value or respect what you kindly are engaging in. So as you're saying, that's become the story of expectation list.
Yeah.
So now what's happening with guys as they go to the club, the guys you see in that club already know what is expected of them. So we're calling them being generous, but reality is they've entered knowing this is what I've come to do here. I have come here to spend the following 4 to 5 things. So they're just mean guys who think that this is just worth the spend.
Yeah. I think it's sad to have relationships become contracts, honestly. Like, I feel like you lose out on so much good when you're just focused on this one. You know, if you can get your finances together, then a relationship is like an addition to my life. I'm not there.
That she enters genuinely.
Yes.
Well...
Bila, ana contract.
Sinanga contract.
What?
I mean, not anymore. No, just kidding.
She's just kidding. Just for the record, Alisema, there is a quote. That she's just kidding. Right, there are some comments I want to find. Get here.
Will is being selective to the ones he wants.
No, it's because people are still talking about the unfortunate incident at Pumwani. Yeah, that's a tweet I made at some point. So I'm trying to. Anyway, I'll find them.
And you know, again, my advice to women, especially young women, because you know you're looking around at what everybody else is doing, and you're saying, in your form, squeezy, like, to go town. People are getting money. I remember that chick, the same chick I was telling you about, she looked at me once and she said, Joy, ningekuwa wewe. Ningekuwa na nyumba Karen. I heard she's already calculated how my finances would work if I had her type of mindset. And it made me so sad because I'm like, all of that stuff that you're being given can be taken away. No. And so at the end of the day, what do you have?
Yeah, I got some tweets.
What do you have when you're by yourself in your nice house that you've been bought for?
Does it have that value, Joy? So the thing is, you might still have it. But what's the real value of it? Okay, so you've got 6 iPhones. Then what?
Then what? Bado kwa nyumba peke yako at night.
Alone.
Crying by yourself.
Ikifika Christmas.
No, but the thing is, no, but sometimes
all major holidays.
But sometimes, akona jamaa ambaye who is the one for the holidays. Right? But the problem is, even when you balance that book, is you're reduced to people playing a certain role in your life instead of people playing full roles.
Yeah. You have 5 people to play the role of what one person
can do.
And I would like to say a huge thank you to the Citizen Digital team for not misquoting me this morning and putting up a very good tweet here. And it says, Joy Muthengi says, people should not be going into relationships to get things out, but rather to give to the relationship.
Come on.
So you are the one who...
Praise the Lord.
You're a generous woman.
You. What? Why did we... No, I really... You were good.
To na quote. Martin Omar here says, and his handle is at Economist Omar.
Okay.
Says, Willis, as men, we must be generous for us to be able to place our love beacons.
What?
You know, like the one piece of land, when you have the beacon for the Kuona place land, for us to be able to place our love beacons. He says that, unfortunately, is the only way. And then Thomas Mamadu says, hello, all men are not the same. I'm very sure that more than 40% of the men are generous, but about below 30% aren't.
Okay. You know, also, let's look at it in the context of Kenyans. First of all, I think if you actually talk about Kenyan guys, young guys or whatever in Kenya, I don't think they are generous, let's be honest, compared to other countries. Because let's...
Like Nigeria.
Hey, Nigeria.
You see, that's the thing. What are we calling generous? Generosity comes when you give without... expectation.
Return.
But these guys are giving with expectation. So why are we calling that generosity?
Complete expectation.
It's just that I think that we're paying at a price that's a bit overinflated. That's what the problem is. I think the question is, are Kenyan guys being conned because vile wanalipanga is not the price it should be cheaper.
It should be cheaper.
I think that's what...
Phones should be cheaper.
That's what guys are... I think that's what the story is that guys are actually talking about, or whether guys are overpaying, right? Not the fact that they're generous, because we're not. I'll tell you, I've seen guys and the way guys operate. Honestly, we're not doing it out of genuine interest.
But is it because, is it generosity? I think generosity is, like you're saying, giving without expecting.
No. Yeah, so it's not generosity, it's just payment.
It's not generosity.
Investment.
It's just that the investment, guys are just saying that the land is not worth that.
I've sat with a guy friend of mine who told me straight up, like, he was giving me the prices of different socialites around town. This one, if you want pictures, you can get at this price. And then these are conversations that he's had with his friends. And I was so disgusted. I was like literally, these are prices are out there.
Because
so
people
do they have a
WhatsApp
group?
Red card.
Yeah, kuna red card.
Yes.
So they have a WhatsApp group somewhere just sitting discussing, uyu tuma 200.
And the stocks change. You know, you have to follow the market.
What?
Because go up and down.
Because of the people who are watching, because, you know, just in case, what was saying, if young lady, if you're a lady, if you're young, if you're still in high school and you haven't been watching the show, please value yourself.
Amen.
And value your life. Napana jiuza.
That's how you cheapen yourself.
Yeah. Well, you don't order people. You don't kujiuza.
But in the long run, it is cheapening yourself.
It's cheapening yourself.
If I sell you this phone and you sell it to him and he sells it to somebody else, at the end, the value
depreciates.
Yeah, it's depreciating yourself.
You know, let's understand that it's very clear. Market scarcity creates value, right? In a lot of products. Yeah? It does. So therefore, if you as a lady are going in to that market, and it's very hard to actually buy you out, you're a person who it's negotiated on value, not to be a stingy lady also. You know, you can also be stingy with yourself. Right? But if you have certain values that you look for first and priority, let me tell you, what will follow after is 10 times the value of what you'd expect. 10 times.
Yeah.
If you just came and played a different game, where you're actually showing, I'm going to evaluate things or value things differently from none of the expected, the guys will even step back. They're not ready for that. Because they're like, she's not coming. It's not about drinks. It's not about what. They run away. Yeah? First of all, they're realizing that this person, okay, she's in fact buying her own drinks. She's in fact placing, she's got certain values, and then she's listening more. So that means when you speak, you have to speak a little bit of sense, which is very dangerous. You know, speaking sense the whole night is
you gotta step up your game.
I've known the guys who have died of sense. Then you change the game completely. I'm just saying it might change the market price, and then now you start finding the real generosity coming in, where someone is actually giving and saying, you know, I don't expect anything. I'm cool with the person for who they are. It's actually great to spend time with this time. So I'm looking for
the ultimate compliment, isn't it?
I'm actually going out with you and actually spending time with you because it's great to spend time with you.
Because you're adding value to my life.
Wow, I get real value when I spend time with you. That's a different thing.
I'm being told there's a tweet that we're going to put up on the screen to take a look at some of your comments.
Men aren't generous, but it's the nature of a man to take responsibility. Generosity is the real nature of the man, otherwise it's negligence. That's Minor George 100. That's his hand.
Negligence. Oh, that's extreme.
Wow. That's negligence when you don't, when you're not generous.
No, when you don't take responsibility as a man, and you know, aren't you guys supposed to be providers?
Yes, but those are it's different. Those are different. Providers,
you know, the thing is,
provide to one.
Not to all.
That's the difference between CC na bank na sako.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. They're different kind of guys. The guys they're listening, caring banks.
Yes.
There are guys who are banks, they're real sako banks. Then there are guys who come into the relationship loan shark. Kaa ukijua utalipa.
Oh man,
Right?
this financial discussion we're having here this morning is so enlightening.
Katika ukijua utalipa.
So loan shark, when you come in, by the time he comes to demand something out of that relationship.
Payments ni
And
leo ama tunabeba kila kitu.
and the ladies are getting so interested in the loan shark guy because that guy is so generous and easy to give without them realizing the payments. You'd rather come with a guy who's at a small bank. Him in microfinance.
Malipo ni hapa hapa
His
duniani.
microfinance
Final
understands your
comments on
problems, understands your challenges, and he'll stay with you as the microfinance man. But you, unataka jamaa wa loan shark.
Utoka noma. Right, so just by way of an update, Kimani says that an accident on Wally Road. But
Yeah, and we're actually going to link up with him, I think, after we finish
All right,
this.
Cool. All right, so get our final comments. I'll start with Roy. Leo Joy natupatia final kabisa.
First of all, I'd like to just at the final, so there's no misquoting.
Yeah.
We'll still jump in. Misquoting is fun.
Last week, I was so proud of myself. I put up a picture on Instagram. I said, I made it out of the man cave alive. Everything's good. Then 10 minutes later,
Misquote one.
misquote one.
Anyway, I'd like to start saying generosity I would say it doesn't exist right now. We're using the wrong word. We're not generous, or we're not ungenerous or disgenerous, whatever you want to call it. It's just the fact that it's an investment that's going on here. Yeah? Generosity expects nothing back. So I don't think it exists because right now we're expecting something back. And I'm asking, if you expect the guy to go giving and being generous, the one thing that he'll be very generous with later on in the future is problems. Yeah? You generously, things are coming towards you. Generously, you'll see how much problems are also going to come following with that. So I'm asking ladies to be a little bit more genuine. Yeah? You only get what you put in. Begin to understand, value, experience, and enjoy the entire relationship. End up being that lady that someone says, it's great spending time with you. Not it's great spending on you.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to give my final comment. I love Joy at a wrap up. So this is what I have to say. I guess I don't think about generosity. Like I always say, the oldest and most common hata ukiwa pale Sunday school ukasema John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So basically what it means is for God so loved that he gave. If you have to follow that example, if you love, you give.
Pastor!
You don't take.
Pastor, you're on it this morning. Pastor, what is TDJ? I think...
that means it's how to get money from people.
I think we should leave the contracts to our places of employment. Let's not turn our relationships into contracts. They never work out well that way. And like Roy said earlier, you're trying to be a woman that someone enjoys spending time with, that someone values and is happy that you're in their life, you know, not as a contractual obligation. So value yourself, you know, step your money up, get your own. That's all I got to say.
Just one more question.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
No.
That's it. Thank you for watching.
We're going to link up with Kimani Bugwa.
One misquote.